Hello and welcome to the South Fiordland Bush Flying series. And if you're new to me and this video series, check the link in the description to episode number 1, which will tell you all about it, where we are and what we're doing. So after a refreshment stop here at Florence Valley for fried cornflakes and a fried coffee, it's time to carry on, as there doesn't look to be anything I need to fix at this airfield, and it seems to have survived the conversion from XP11 to XP12. Everything still looks roughly like it should. So back to our Fiord Tours brochure, and it says about leg 6. Our next exciting destination is the Seaforth River Gold Mining Camp. Here you'll get to see genuine gold mining in progress, and for a small surcharge you can have a go yourself at either panning for gold in the river or operating the heavy machinery with minimal training or supervision. So that all sounds like fun. Coming up on a few smaller lakes here, and I don't know as I've not bothered checking, but I'm assuming all water, including the smaller bits, is the new 3D variety, and it will have a depth now rather than just being a 2D surface as it was before. Maybe with the new water it's a wonderful thing for those who use float planes, but I don't, and with the lack of bathymetry data with ortho, the benefit versus annoying side effect scale, it's just not really working out for me. Maybe things improve, I don't know, but for right now the 3D water is a new feature that personally I wish they hadn't bothered with. But that's just me, I suppose, and I'm sure it's a good thing for some people. Although they could have spent that time making a fully animated area for grating cheese like you find at a lot of airports, and that would probably have benefited more people, but yeah, well. So carrying on with the tour, and Seaforth River is quite a long and wide runway, which is easy enough to land at really. Coming in this way and having the altitude to get over the mountains with this barren or things like it, it's not the best for being able to lose all that height and speed and then get down to the airstrip. But there's room to do an orbit or whatever and get down to a sensible altitude to start an approach. What we'll do today, I think, is fly past it and get our speed and altitude under control that way, then do a U-turn and come back into the place like that. With some airports in South Fiordland, they are basically one way in and one way out, so you're stuck with it no matter which direction the wind is blowing. But there's hardly any wind today anyway, and you can land in both directions at this place, so yeah, that seems the better option. Make our turn now, and that should be fine. There's a little gap in the trees, which with the X-Plane 11 vegetation was a bit more noticeable. The gap was there, but yeah, it's okay, I suppose. Okay, tyre blown. That's a new one for X-Plane 12, which never happened in 11. So control shifted at E time to fix that. I assume I'm locking the wheels, and that might be something to do with the tyre deflating maybe. Don't know if Plane Maker has an anti-lock braking option, but that might be worth looking at. Never done it in a plane, but I have pressed the pedal too hard and locked the brakes in a car before. And that's something you can instantly feel through your foot and on the pedal. Your main senses, and also the millions of little gyros in your body reacting to the microscopic judders of the car. Now, you can't replicate that in a simulator, so it's basically impossible to judge the exact moment of a locking wheel in a sim. And if I can just get around that issue with anti-lock braking, then that might be a better option for X-Plane. We'll see. But yeah, I'll have a look at that later, but for now, and having a look around here, I can't see anything obviously wrong, so this could be another one that did survive the conversion to X-Plane 12 and still looks largely like it did in 11. Yeah, I can't see any missing object placeholders. Yeah, I think this airfield's all good. We can move on to the next one.